Buckle up. 4 reasons why dating a Virgo is not for the faint of heart. Maybe I'm biased, but Virgos are the best. Well, they are, until they're the worst. They're not all bad, though some people may perceive them that way, but there's no denying Virgos can be fussy and persnickety. Dating a Virgo will never be simple. Virgos demand the best of themselves, and they generally apply that same rubric to their dating partners. Dating a Virgo isn't for the half-assed or the faint of heart. And it's definitely not for pussies. Let me tell you the reasons why pussies and Virgos are a bad combo. Brutal honesty. One of the defining characteristics of a Virgo is their penchant for unapologetic honesty. Virgos don't waste time on niceties, and they don't stand on ceremony. But each Virgo is different, so that doesn't mean all of them are raging and espousing negative. It just means that in their own ways, Virgos tell it like it is, and in fact, they have no trouble not telling it like it is. Some Virgos are polite as they tell you an uncomfortable truth, some are mechanical and monotoned, and some will think their truths quietly, and wait until the time is precisely right, to softly clue you in. But either way, Virgos have a hard time not operating on complete honesty. And in my experience, no matter how nice you are when delivering truths, in a wasp-y society built on pretending like everything is perfectly fine even as the world burns, any amount of truth is off-putting. So if you're going to date a Virgo, you have to really be willing to hear things you don't want to hear. Pussies will not thrive in this environment. Conversely, Virgos often erroneously think that everyone else is as honest as they are. So they expect to be told straightforwardly if they've done something wrong, or if there is a problem. So to date Virgos, you also have to be willing to tell it like it is. Logic versus emotion. Another defining characteristic of Virgos is they are the most logical sign. Virgos weigh every decision very carefully, often making lists containing pros and cons. Emotion plays very little part in Virgo decision-making. This can be difficult for dating partners to understand. Many perceive Virgos as cold or lacking empathy, due to logic ruling their lives. Virgos are definitely not cold, but rather, very calculated. Admittedly, they are hard to win over. That's where their name comes from. It's not because they are prudish, but because it can be very difficult to snag them. Virgos are particular about who they let in their hearts. It's true that Virgos, even when they're interested in people, can have the tendency to put up walls. It's not out of coldness, it's out of caution. In the mind of a Virgo, logic equals caution, and only fools rush into things. But even so, it is admittedly hard to fully win a Virgo's heart. Many people try and fail. Strong come-ons and a shower of presents and attention will doom you from the start. Virgos prefer subtlety and tempered expressions of affection, because again logic trumps emotion. It's also particularly difficult for Virgos to put up with fools, in general over-the-top dramatic, hysterical nonsense. So if your life and decision-making are driven by emotion, and you have a flair for the dramatic, a Virgo is not the partner for you. If you need constant attention and reassurance to feel happy, or need constant emotional coddling, a Virgo is not the partner for you. Pussies need not apply. Perfectionism. Virgos aren't perfect, no one is perfect. But, Virgos more than any other sign, are constantly focused on making themselves and their surroundings better, sometimes to their own detriment. Virgos prefers order to chaos, and creating order for a Virgo is the first step in achieving possible perfection. Perfect would be ideal, but Virgos will settle for daily and constant improvement. As Virgos are always striving toward improvement, and the achievement of clearly articulated goals, they have a hard time dating people who are stagnant, or worse, regressive. To date a Virgo, you have to be on top of your every day, and constantly striving toward something. It doesn't matter to a Virgo if it's MMA or an MFA, a Virgo just wants people to be the best versions of themselves they can possibly be. But, some partners can interpret the Virgo drive as nagging, bitching, or the insinuation that they aren't good enough. Make no mistake, a Virgo is not trying to change you. A Virgo just can't deal with a partner who doesn't move at his or her speed, who is most comfortable in mediocrity, and who lives in veritable chaos. Needless to say, the whiny, Peter Pan types, the social media couch critics and Virgos will never be good matches. Pussies, there's the door. But if you want someone who will constantly challenge you to achieve your goals, and to make you work hard for what you want. Someone who will drag you kicking and screaming out of your comfort zone, then by all means, holler at the nearest Virgo. Devotion. The thing about the wall the Virgo puts up is that, once you finally do get into a Virgo's heart, you then receive full and unconditional loyalty and devotion. No other sign is as committed as Virgo, even though, yes, that devotion is hard-won. Once invested, a Virgo is in it to win it, and occasionally in this situation, logic gives way to emotion. When a Virgo feels comfortable and safe, that's when a Virgo will allow for emotion. Given that, the Virgo devotion can be pretty intense. Virgos don't let just anyone into their little bubbles, so once they do, it's all in. Often, when partners fought long and hard to get the love of Virgo, once they get it, they find it's too intense for them. Moral of the story: if you aren't ready to fully commit, to appreciate unconditional love, and support and return it in kind, then don't with any Virgos.